and welcome back to Never Don't Ask with me, John Martin, and we have another station review. This time we're in East Lancashire with the northern run station of Accrington. The station is to the west of the town centre. The station car park is found off Eagle Street, which is reached off Blackburn Road. The eastbound platforms are also accessible from a path from Paxton Road. Accrington is on the East Lancashire line that runs from Preston towards Burnley and Colne. The next station towards the west is Church and Oswald Twistle, which serves the west side of the town, and it's about 0.8 of a mile away. Huncote is 1.7 miles to the east. Our journey begins in the mid-19th century during the golden age of railway expansion in Britain. On the 19th of June 1848, the Accrington railway station officially opened its doors to passengers and goods traffic. It was built by the East Lancashire Railway, a pioneering company to connect the industrial towns across Lancashire's heartland. Accrington wasn't just another stop. It was part of a bold triangular junction where lines converged from Blackburn, Colne and Bury. You can still see the Goldsmiths line diverging from the East Lancs Heritage line just north of Ramsbottom. Bottom. This made it a busy interchange with trains arriving from multiple directions and a hive of activity right from the start. Just 11 years after opening, railway consolidation reshaped the landscape. In 1859, the East Lancashire Railway was absorbed into the larger Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. This merger brought Accrington into one of the most significant regional networks in northern England, strengthening its links with industrial centres and boosting passenger traffic and freight alike. For decades, trains from Accrington carried cotton workers, industrial goods, steam haul freight across Lancashire and beyond. The L&YR made this town a key node in route stretching to Manchester, Liverpool, Preston and Bradford, helping fuel local industry and connectivity. Obviously in 1923, Railway World went under another major change when the Railways Act reorganised the network into the huge four companies, and like many stations across northern England, Accrington became part of the London Midland Scottish Railway. Under LMS ownership, the station continued to serve a bustling mix of local commuters and long-distance services. The surrounding locomotives, sheds and facilities remained busy right through the steam era. After World War II, we know the railways were nationalised, and Accrington passed into the London Midland region of British Rail in 1948. This era brought modernisation, but also difficult decisions about underused routes. And of course, this is part of the beaching cuts, a national restructuring intended to reduce losses. And the line from Accrington to Manchester via Bury was closed to passengers on the 5th of December 1966. Once a vital commuter corridor, it fell silent and was eventually dismantled, leaving only traces of its former routes. The tracks from the Bury line are now where the Tesco superstore is. After closure, Accrington continued as a station on the East Lancashire line under sectorisation, then privatisation in the 1990s. It was served by regional railways before the advent of franchise operations, and eventually Northern Trains, which still manages it today. For many years, the station's building stood modest and functional, but the town's railway heritage wasn't forgotten, even if much of its old junction and goods yards faded away. In the early 2010s, Accrington Station underwent a remarkable transformation. A major rebuilding project was completed in 2011, creating what's described as an eco-station, designed with sustainability in mind. New building uses solar power, rainwater harvesting and recycled stone. Local stone, symbolising a more environmentally conscious railway future. There are two curved side platforms here. My data source refuses to reveal to me how long these platforms are. Department for Transport classes this as a Category E station, the smallest category of staffed station. Marks for services, 5 out of 10. There are 6 trains an hour here off-peak on average, and these are from 3 different hourly services. The Colne to Preston service is the local stopper service. Colne is half an hour away, Burnley Central 18 minutes away. Blackburn is 13 minutes in the other direction, with Preston just over 40. The Blackpool North to York service is limited stop. Blackpool is just over 50 minutes away, Preston 30 minutes, Blackburn 11. Burnley Manchester Road is 11. Blackburn interchange is 55 minutes away, Leeds nearly an hour 20, and York is an hour and 3/4. Headbolt Lane, Kirby, to Blackburn is one of those weird crescent-shaped routes. It isn't really useful as an end-to-end route. It goes from Merseyside to Lancashire, via Lancashire, Greater Manchester, Yorkshire, and then Lancashire again. I'm pretty sure getting off at Wigan and going via Preston on the West Coast Main Line is quicker to get to Blackburn than going through Manchester. Anyway, this also runs limited stop on the route around Accrington. Headbolt Lane is over 2 hours away, Wigan an hour 40. Manchester Victoria is just under an hour, and Todmorden is 27 minutes away. Sunday service is more limited in both frequency and destinations. The most popular destination is Blackburn, with 39,317 journeys, followed by Manchester Victoria, Preston, Burnley Manchester Road, and Blackpool North. Now the bit you've been waiting for, it's the passenger numbers. With the 24-25 figures, we have 503,794 entries and exits a year, which comes up to 1,380 passengers a day. With 722 scheduled services a week, we get 13.4 passengers a service. Passenger numbers were up again this year and have surpassed the pre-COVID numbers. Marks for onward travel, 3 out of 5. From Ellison Street near the station, we have the 6, which is a circular from Blackburn via Accrington bus station. The 6A is just the return half of that route towards Blackburn bus station. The 7 is the reverse of the 6, with the 7A just running into Accrington bus station. The 59 bus runs from Blackburn Hospital to Accrington bus station. Accrington bus station itself is just a few minutes walk away. Marked for accessibility, 5 out of 10. The station is staffed during the day, it has display screens and a PA system. The platforms are linked by a footbridge, but there is level access to both platforms. To get between the platforms, you need to head down to Blackburn Road, go onto the viaduct. This is an issue if you want to use a ticket office and then catch a train in the Burnley direction. The platforms are very curved. There is also an extreme step down from the train to the platform, so while there are ramps available, it's pretty challenging for a lot of people. With some of the trains here having doors further away down the carriage, others having doors at the end, above the wheels, these gaps are then also inconsistent depending on which train you're on. Marks for station facilities, 5 out of 10. Both platforms have seating, covered waiting areas. We also have a ticket office next to the Blackburn-bound platform that is staffed 7 days a week. We have bike storage and a car park, which, according to the National Rail website, so take this with a pinch of salt, has 33 places. There are toilets on the station, but what this station has, which most don't, is a bunker under the station. The Lancashire Community Rail Partnership uses for their school outreach programme, and it also houses the water processing for the station. Marks for care and character, 15 out of 20. Let's start with the negative. The footbridge looks like its best days are well behind it. However, the platform buildings are clean and in good order, and they're well looked after flowers on the platform. Architecturally, there's a lovely little level of thought gone into this. The radius of the curve on the roof of the cycle storage matches the curved roof of the ticket office, and you get the right angle, and it looks great. The station building is modern. It stands out from the generic cookie-cutter construction with a degree of individuality that is sadly missing from too much around the network. The local community rail partnership do a good job, and the ticket office has some of their artwork here. Marks for nearby things, 5 out of 10. You get good views of the viaduct from close by the station. There's a pedestrianised town centre just a few minutes away, with a town hall and market hall. The viaduct does allow the railway to come in close to the centre of town, and next to the station is a large Tesco's. Overall, we get 39 out of 65, which is 65%. It's a good example of what a modern station can be. However, it is held back by that curve on the platform limiting accessibility. And also, while it has a range of services, So Blackburn and Burnley are reasonably well served. Destinations further afield have more limited options. Once again, thank you for watching this as I travel around the country. Please like, subscribe and ring that bell to be notified of the next station review, and I will see you again. Till next time, bye.